Behind one of the greatest love stories ever written stood a woman whose life was as bold, complex, and extraordinary as her fiction. This is the story of Colleen McCullough. Colleen Margaretta McCullough, born on the 1st of June, 1937, and passing away on the 29th of January, 2015, was an Australian novelist, historian, and neuroscientist, best known as the author of the internationally acclaimed novel The Thorn Birds, published in 1977. One of the most commercially successful writers in Australian literary history, McCullough achieved global recognition for her emotionally powerful storytelling, meticulous historical research, and epic narrative scope. Her works span romance, historical fiction, literary fiction, and crime, and have been translated into dozens of languages worldwide. Her family relocated frequently during her early childhood due to her father's employment, exposing her to different regions and communities across Australia. These early experiences later influenced the expansive landscapes and social realism that would characterize much of her fiction. From a young age, McCullough demonstrated exceptional academic ability and an intense love of reading. She devoured literature across genres and cultures, developing both a strong imagination and an analytical mind. She had one younger brother, Carl McCullough, whose untimely death at the age of 25 while attempting to rescue drowning tourists in Greece deeply affected her. Themes of loss, sacrifice, and tragic heroism, central to many of her novels, were later shaped by this personal tragedy. McCullough initially pursued a career in medicine, enrolling at the University of Sydney with the ambition of becoming a physician. However, she was forced to abandon her medical studies after developing a severe allergic reaction to surgical antiseptics. Undeterred, she redirected her focus toward neuroscience, a field in which she would achieve considerable professional success. She went on to establish the neurophysiology department at the Royal North Shore Hospital in Sydney, gaining recognition for her expertise and leadership. In the early 1960s, McCullough moved to the United Kingdom, working in hospitals in London. Her reputation eventually led to an invitation to join the faculty at Yale University School of Medicine in the United States. At Yale, McCullough spent nearly a decade researching and teaching in the field of neurology. She managed a laboratory and published scientific work, demonstrating the same discipline and precision that would later define her historical novels. Despite her professional success, she found academic life financially restrictive, prompting her to explore writing fiction as an additional source of income. McCullough began writing novels seriously during her years in the United States. Her debut novel, Tim, published in 1974, explored an unconventional romantic relationship and showcased her ability to handle emotionally complex material with sensitivity and depth. The novel was well received and later adapted into a successful film starring Mel Gibson, marking her first major crossover into popular culture. Encouraged by this success, McCullough devoted herself fully to writing, a decision that would soon transform her life and career. In 1977, McCullough published The Thorn Birds, a sweeping family saga set largely in the Australian outback. The novel chronicles several generations of the Cleary family, with its emotional core centred on the forbidden love between Meggie Cleary and Father Ralph de Bricassar, a Catholic priest torn between ambition, faith, and love. The novel became an extraordinary global success, selling over 30 million copies worldwide and ranking among the best-selling novels of all time. Its popularity was unprecedented for an Australian author and firmly established McCullough as a literary figure of international stature. In 1983, The Thorn Birds was adapted into a television miniseries starring Richard Chamberlain and Rachel Ward. The production became one of the most watched television events of the decade, further cementing the novel's cultural impact and enduring popularity. Following the success of The Thorn Birds, McCullough produced a steady stream of novels that demonstrated remarkable range and ambition. Works such as An Indecent Obsession, published in 1981, examined the psychological aftermath of war, while The Ladies of Missolonghi, from 1987, explored social constraints and romance in early 20th century Australia. Her most ambitious project was the Masters of Rome series, published between 1990 and 2007, a 7-volume historical epic chronicling the final decades of the Roman Republic. Focusing on figures such as Gaius Marius, Sulla, Pompey, and Julius Caesar, the series was praised for its extraordinary attention to historical detail, political realism, and narrative complexity. Scholars and readers alike noted McCullough's ability to humanize legendary figures while maintaining rigorous historical accuracy. Other notable works include Morgan's Run, published in 2000, which examined the brutal realities of convict transportation to Australia, and The Independence of Miss Mary Bennet, released in 2008, a literary continuation of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Her final novel, Bittersweet, from 2013, returned to themes of family, love, and loss in early Australian society. In later life, McCullough suffered from multiple serious health conditions, including macular degeneration, osteoporosis, and diabetes. As her mobility declined, she continued to write by dictating her work, demonstrating extraordinary determination and dedication to her craft. Despite her declining health, she remained intellectually active and creatively engaged until shortly before her death. Colleen McCullough died on the 29th of January 2015 at the age of 77 on Norfolk Island after a prolonged illness. Her death marked the loss of one of Australia's most influential and widely read authors. Her legacy endures through her extensive body of work, particularly the Thorn Birds and the Masters of Rome series, which continue to attract new generations of readers. McCullough is remembered as a writer who combined emotional intensity with intellectual depth, and as a storyteller capable of transforming history, romance, and human struggle into enduring literary art. If you enjoyed discovering the life and legacy of Colleen McCullough, don't forget to like this content, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful literary story.